Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be something a little different. So, I wanted to do a sneaker collection video. I got into sneakers midway through the pandemic. I was seeing somebody who was into sneakers and I was like, I kind of like this. I had never been one of those people to spend a lot of money on sneakers before. I was very much a $10 Target canvas sneaker kind of girl. And I just thought, like, you know, I didn't need to spend a lot of money on sneakers or spend money on sneakers at all, but as soon as I got my first pair and I realized, like, the support that you get from good sneakers, yeah, I could not stop. So I wanted to just show my sneakers. I also have little clips of me walking in them, just to show them off. So if you want to see my sneaker collection video, just keep watching. These are the first pair of sneakers that I ever got. These are the Jordan 3s and a Wintour collaborations. When I first was getting into sneakers, you know, I was like, I want something neutral because I'm not used to wearing like color on my shoes. I don't really know how to do it. So we started out with this black one, but it does have like texture to it that makes them look shiny, you can see in the light. But because of the texture, you also cannot tell when these shoes crease because the texture hides the creasing. So these sneakers look so phenomenal, and these are a pretty old sneaker. You can tell that the sole is a little bit more yellow. That's not from wear, that's simply because it's an older sneaker. I have worn the crap out of these sneakers. I wore them pretty much non-stop since I got them Christmas 2020 for like an entire year. These were my work sneakers because they were like cool enough that I could wear them to work, but also like neutral enough that I wouldn't get in trouble wearing them to work. And they're so comfortable. After wearing canvas sneakers for most of my life, like I said, the cheap $10 sneakers, having support in my shoe was like a crazy concept to me. I love these sneakers so much, and they're just the most comfortable thing in the world. I love the comfortability of Jordan 3s. Yeah, and I will link all of the sneakers where I can find them down below. Okay, this next sneaker I got in June of 2021. These are the Space Hippies. These are some of my most unique sneakers that I own, and these are made of 100% recyclable materials, so that's why the sole is very like speckled. They're really unique. They're really cool, and they're slip-ons, and they're so comfortable. They fit almost like a sock. Now, when I was wearing these sneakers, my big problem with sneakers in general is my heel. I have a very sensitive heel, so I did have to break them in a few times because there is this heel support right here. Otherwise, it would essentially just be a sock. So once I broke them in and my heel got used to it, these are some of the most comfortable sneakers I own. I don't see anybody with these types of Space Hippies, the high tops. I see the low tops, and even on Nike.com, they like come out with a few different color combos of the low tops. But the high tops came out on the sneakers app, and I haven't seen them come out anywhere else. And I think this was the only color wave that came out in the US for high tops. I love these so much. If you want a really unique sneaker, the Space Hippies are it. I have made one win on the sneakers app my entire life, and they are these sneakers. This is the Jordan 15 x Billie Eilish. So this is Billie Eilish's collab with Nike. She's had a few. She did a few Air Force Ones, high tops that she did. I think this was the first round of her 2 rounds of collaborations. I had never seen a sneaker that looks like this before. Obviously, I loved how neutral it is because it goes with pretty much everything. I love that it was cool toned, like a cool toned taupe. That's not something I typically see in sneakers. I loved when you look at it from the way down. We have this little person here, and it just looks so interesting. They're definitely a chunkier sneaker than the last 2 I've shown you, and you can kind of feel it. But they're really, really supportive because this inner part where you actually slip your foot into feels like a sock. Like it kind of sucks in your foot and it keeps it nice and stable. This little part here did irritate my ankle when I was first breaking them in, and it gave me a little bit of a rash. But as soon as, like, again, my feet got used to having footwear on that part of my foot, it is a super comfortable sneaker. These do crease quite a bit, and like right here, there's no way to avoid creasing when you're wearing sneakers. And I'm not one of those people that like puts a sneaker shield in, like I'm not that much of a sneakerhead. I just think these look so freaking cool. And yeah, they were my first and only win on the sneakers app, so my Jordan 15s. This next one is one of my most unique sneakers that I bought for myself, and also might be one of my favorites to wear, like most comfortable out of my whole collection. This is from Converse. These are the Run Star Motion Highs. I have them in the shade black. I got this sneaker pretty close to when they first came out, so they only had white and black back then, but I loved how chunky this was. I loved how unique this was. It's very platformed, but it also, because of all of this sole, I feel like it grips the ground super great, and I I don't know, I think it's the most comfortable sneaker, and it is the coolest to look on the feet, especially because I'm a short person. I love the lift I get from this, but also I love the dimension of like how chunky it is versus how light it is, because this you would think might be heavy on your feet, but it's really not. It's just so comfortable. Converse are always a very comfortable shoe for me to wear because they are canvas, coming back to my canvas roots, so I never have to break them in the heel. I love these. I wear them all the time. I just like, and there are so many colors that come out now in this style. I haven't bought another color yet. I thought about it a few times, but these are definitely one that I continue to reach for because I just think they're so cool, so unique, and I always get like compliments when I wear them, like, oh my god, that sneaker is so cool, and I'm like, thank you. It's great. It's one of my favorites. My next pair of sneakers is like my second most worn pair ever. I found quickly that my favorite type of Nike is the Air Force One. I don't know if it's because they're low tops, I don't have to break them in the way that my heel has to break in other Nike sneakers, but I love them. They're so freaking comfortable, so you'll see I have quite a few pairs of Air Force Ones, but this is my favorite. This is the first one I bought off of StockX. I don't remember the name of it, but I'll put it up here and I'll also link it below. This is like a pastel Air Force One. I know it's the Air Force One Shadows in a color because they have this shadow. These are very well loved. These are very worn, but still I don't feel like the Air Force Ones look bad when they're worn. Like, yes, I have a crease on this foot. The other shoe, what is this, my right foot, doesn't crease really in that area at all. So these sneakers look super, super, super good. I've literally worn these to death for the last 2 years. I think Air Force Ones are super comfortable. They come in a bunch of colors, and they're great. I get compliments on these sneakers all the time too. They're just cool because they're pastel, and I think there's not a lot of like pastel sneakers out there. This is another well-loved, well-worn pair of sneakers, and this one kind of shows because of the colorway that I got. So going into summer this year, I really wanted a neutral sneaker, and I was just perusing Converse's website because I don't know, it's just something I do, and I found these, and they were sold out, and it was back when like the supply chain was having a lot of issues, so they did not know if they were ever going to restock. And I kept searching for like months. I would check every single day to see if they'd come back in my size, and they didn't, so I went on Goat and I found these sneakers. This is the Converse All-Star Move Golden Elements sneaker. It's the Move because it has this little platformed sole. I love how like Converse platforms are all so unique and so different. This is a very neutral sneaker. It is, I would say, like a canvas bag tan. It's like a very, very, very light tan. This is obviously a very well-loved, well-worn pair of sneakers. There is some discoloring here that I think I can throw these in the wash and get that out and clean them. I also have this like black stain here, but these are, oh my god, the most comfortable pair of shoes. These and the other high top Converse I have, the chunky ones, so comfortable. I literally would walk, and I'm not kidding, 10 miles a day in the summer, and these just held up. I wore these so often, and like where they crease, you can totally tell they crease right here. They do look like I've loved them, but even so, I feel like what a perfect shoe for the summer. What a perfect neutral shoe, and like how comfortable. Converse are so comfortable. I feel like my favorite brand of sneakers are Converse's. I want to get another pair in a different color because I've also learned like I'm a high top girl. That's just where I live the most and love the most. And like even the bottom's kind of like tortoiseshell. This went viral on TikTok last year, I think. Maybe last year or the year before. But these are color changing sneakers. Bag to protect them from UV rays because that's what sets them off. And they are a pair of Air Force Ones. They have this beautiful like gum clear blue sole. I love it, and they look pretty unassuming. They look pretty white. They do have little tints, but in the sunlight, these, and I'll insert a picture, these change colors so incredibly. Apparently the longevity of like the color changing ability only lasts 8 hours, so I have not worn these sneakers a whole lot. These are so cool. Everyone who saw me wear these was like, wow, these are so interesting. And like I said, Air Force Ones are incredibly comfortable, so totally worth it. I did totally buy into the TikTok hype there. This next pair of Air Force Ones is my most worn and my favorite pair in my entire collection of sneakers in general. So much so that I wore out the cushioning and I can't wear them anymore, but I can't get rid of them either. These are the Nike Air Force One popcorns. This color here, this like kind of banana-y color, is called coconut milk. They don't have a lot of sneakers with coconut milk as like the main colorway, and I just talk about, again, like a neutral sneaker I could wear with anything that looks good. Air Force Ones, as I said before, are so incredibly comfortable. I got these for my birthday in 2021 and I had been wanting these for so long. I tried on the sneakers app and then like I didn't hit, obviously. And they were really expensive. They're like $200, and now they're like $250, $300 if I wanted to replace it in my size, which is a 5.5 men, 7 women. And so I wore these to death. I wore them to death. I think they're so cool. They have like a little popcorn style Nike logo. On the tongue here, they have a little like old school popcorn bucket. And even inside the sole of the shoe, you can see it's popcorn. Like, these were so cool. I also, this did have a gold heavy popcorn piece on it that I took off and gave to somebody because it would hit me in the ankle and really hurt. But I just love these sneakers so much. Where I wore them out was right back here on the heel. I mentioned that like I need a lot of heel support. It's in the left sneaker. It's completely gone. Like, there's no support there anymore, and so when I wear them I just get blisters and they hurt my feet so much, which sucks because I wore these, man, to death, and I love these so much. 100% like sentimental wise, these are my favorite pair, but also like practically, these are the ones I wore the most, and for that reason I can't get rid of them. I just keep hoping that somehow, some way, I will be fixed and my heels won't be so sensitive and I can wear them again. But they are the only retired pair of sneakers I own because I literally wore them to death. And I don't think they look that bad for like the wear and tear I put on them. I'm not kidding. For an entire year straight, I wore them almost every single day. It's crazy. I didn't think I had this many, and now I realize how many I have. And I just ordered 2 more. These next pair of sneakers I had wanted since they launched, but they were $110, which is a lot of money for the brand, which is Vans. I feel like Vans are like 80 bucks typically for high tops. These were 110 because they are a collab, and I loved these sneakers from afar for like good 3 months. And then they went on sale for half off at Urban Outfitters, so I purchased them, and even my mom loved these sneakers. So these are a Vans high top. They're green with little flowers on them. They are so comfortable. Vans are such a comfortable sneaker, especially their high tops. I love this forest green color. I feel like it's a very unique sneaker color. I don't have any sneaker with embroidery onto it. I love these. They are probably the hardest sneaker to wear because not a lot goes with them, I think. I have to find, I mean, I love this color, like, I mean, I love wearing this color of green, so I do have a few options to wear them with, but I feel like this is a harder sneaker to just wear with whatever, and for that reason it's one of my least worn pairs of sneakers that I own, but it's one that I love a lot. Also sentimentally, because I'm a sentimental person. I had quit my job at the theater that I hated and bought these sneakers like within 2 days of each other, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. Like, I was having a crisis almost, and then everything worked out like 2 days later. So these sneakers for me remind me of new beginnings, and that, you know, when things are hard, sometimes making the hardest decision, which was me like quitting without a backup plan, worked out in my favor. So I love these sneakers. Okay, I know I mentioned like I have a lot of Converse, and you'll see because the next 2 pairs are Converse. So these are a platform Converse. They're just the Converse Lift, and they're in this beautiful aubergine shade. I know people say eggplant here, but I feel like for color, I consider it aubergine. For the food, it's an eggplant. These are so pretty. I love how it's embossed, again, with that like speckled, almost recycled material vibe. I don't know if this is recycled material. I know these are on sale and I got them for about $40. The tongue is crinkled. It is so cool. And yeah, I haven't worn these yet, so they're completely clean. They're so cool. And I cannot wait to wear these. They're comfortable. I've like walked around the house with them. And I know Converse, I don't have to break them in, so I can wear them for like a 10-mile day if I want to. I just think this color is really, really unique, and I don't have anything like it, even in my closet. Like, I don't have any clothes this color, and I don't know. I think it's really pretty. Okay, this is my last pair of gifted sneakers. Someone gifted these to me. Was this for my birthday this last year? I think this is when I turned 26. These are Converse in white iridescent. This is one side. This is the other side, and even the tongue is a different kind of iridescent, and so is this back part. look at how freaking stunning these sneakers are. They're such a statement piece. They're so cool. I think they're like pretty wearable, like in comparison to my other sneakers, because the outside is just iridescent, and then you have a little bit of a spice on the inside with these. These were gifted because the person who gifted them to me has a pair for themselves, and I loved it. As soon as they got them, I was like, damn, I love those pair of Converse, and I've never seen a Converse like this before. Like when I go on the website, I don't see Converse like this. They have glitter Converse, which are cool, but I've never seen something as unique and fucking cool as these iridescent Converse. These are a half size big for me, unfortunately, so I have like an extra sole and like 2 heel paddings, and I have to wear 2 pairs of socks when I wear this sneaker because it is a half size too large for me. I'm a 7, this is a 7.5 in women's, but it's worth it. And so I have to wear double socks with them, and the first time I wore it I didn't wear double socks, and because they're not a canvas backing, it did kind of hurt my heel, but when I wear double socks, it doesn't hurt my heel anymore, so I'm breaking these in comfortably. It's amazing. So yeah, this is such a cool pair. Definitely one of my most unique pairs of sneakers in my collection, and I love them, and I have to find a reason to wear them more often. And the last pair of sneakers, I think this is the first platform sneaker I ever bought. These are from Vans, and these are the Vans Old School Stacked. I have them in this pastel blue shade. When I was looking for sneakers I wanted to wear in the summer, I was just perusing the Vans website because why not? And I came upon these, and I was like, this is the perfect summer sneaker. And it is. See this? Like, this platform is so heavy. The thing with the Converse platforms is they're really light, so it doesn't feel like you're wearing a platform sneaker. With this, it feels like I'm dragging an extra 3 pounds on my feet. So it makes it a little bit uncomfortable to wear. I haven't worn these a lot. It also puts a lot of pressure on my ankle. So I think if I was to do it again, I would have gotten these in a high top version, so I would have had more support around my ankle. And it did take a little bit to break these in because Vans have like a leather backing here so your foot doesn't slip out of them, which I appreciate because this heel is so freaking heavy. Like, I'm really not being dramatic. It's a very, 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 very heavy sneaker. But I ended up breaking these in about midway through the summer, and I can wear them for short spurts now, and it's definitely a look. Like, I love how these look. I love the pastel purple and the pastel green accents on it. I think they're really, really beautiful. I do have to wear these more often, but it took so long for them to break in that I didn't get time to wear them, and I had to learn how to walk with like a 3-pound weight on my foot. So yeah, guys, that is my sneaker collection. Thank you for like indulging me and watching this video. I love sneakers so much, and it's something I never thought I'd be into, but I think this is also like a great learning thing for like trying new things. Like, why not? You might just like them. Okay, I love a lot more sneakers than I have, like styles of sneakers. I just don't feel like they look good on my foot, or I don't know how to wear them. Like, the person who got me into sneakers has so many different styles of Jordans and Nikes, and I just don't feel like they look good on me, being like such a petite, small person. But I would love to learn, or like erase away this idea that I don't look good in these sneakers, because I think there's so many really cool, unique sneakers that aren't coveted, that aren't super expensive. And so I guess my goal in my sneaker journey this next year is to like break out of that comfort zone and try a sneaker that I wouldn't typically think would look good on me. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Leave me some of your favorite pairs of sneakers down below. I would love to check them out. Again, I'm gonna have everything linked down below. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, y'all.